Okay, so I was asked the question of being in a relationship when there's stuff happening and taking time out. And is it good to take time out? For me, it just like I'll everything depends on where the context of the level of consciousness of the person and how far they are on the journey and what is probably the best decision to make. But I'll give some context on how one could see it. I'm not saying this is the right answer. I mean, for me, like my intention is enlightenment and also the pathway of the avatar as well. So it's like I want the fastest route to freedom and enlightenment. So, and I expect that there are some things that will come up which I'll have to face, and there are certain things which I have the option to say no to, and I don't have to face them. So it's kind of like dumb. It's like I'll sort of explain it this way. I mean, some things I have to face. It's like whatever I do, um, yeah, it could be family or it could be whatever. Those things I can't run away from. I don't have the option. Those must be gone through the spiritual work. And that can happen in financial situations, in relationships. It's like the universe goes, no, you can't just say no to this. You have to like forgive it, surrender it, transcend it, inquire it away, and then it will release after you've dissolved the stuff in you. But some of the things I think the universe offers an option. Like if you seek enlightenment, um, and that's 100% true in your heart, and you want to get there as quickly as possible and not waste time and I mean, I'm making up simplistic scenarios. It's like, well, there's a Buddhist monastery up the road, and they're taking people in. They'll feed me, they'll give me a bed, and I can om 24 hours a day in a spiritual community, or I can decide not to do that and carry on living with my family. And that might be a legitimate option. So then it comes into the thing of I'm actually what is my intention for my life? Do I want to be free as quickly as possible? Or do I want to, um, no, I enjoy the family and I enjoy living with the family and there's lots of stuff here. And I'm gonna transcend the family and live within it. Sometimes it's an option, sometimes it's not. And sometimes I will give the caveat to that. I do think, but also, I mean, I have to say the caveat is also contextual, depending on the circumstances. For example, uh, there was if I have children under the age of 18 that are dependent on me, there is a question there, a more complicated question, whether I just go into the monastery and just dump the kids in the local orphanage or whatever. But if there's no kids or no obligations and there is a monastery, and I want to cut all attachments within myself as quickly as possible, then there can be like the universe. You could see it as good karma. My God, there's a monastery next door, and these people are highly dedicated. It's a field of devotion and dedication where everyone's there. So yeah, I think that is a good karmic option that has grace is providing me. But I can say no to that, and I can decide to live the rest of my life with the family and the family dynamics, and say no, that's my choice. I'm going to live with the family dynamics and transcend it and forgive them, and try and get to enlightenment. There, it's, and then what's the right answer? Well, then it would be you resolve. And there's, in a way, you could say there's no right and wrong answer. It'd be like, no, I'll go to the monastery when I'm 60 years old. I'm young now. I want to enjoy the cinema. I want to enjoy all this stuff, and I'll transcend it. And, maybe later on, I might be in a different space. And that's okay, whatever the decision is. But it's like, I think what's really good with this is resolving what in your heart, what is your intention for your life? I mean, like, yeah, yeah, okay, resolving in this lifetime, I want to have kids. I want to have 4 kids and a dog and a big house and a garden and do lots of gardening and grow lots of bananas or something. No, probably not bananas in the UK, apples. So, that's the real intention for my life. So then, okay, well, for this lifetime, that's what I really, really want in my heart, which is fine, or is it like, no, I really want to be free this lifetime. I want to give it 100%. That is my deepest calling for this lifetime. Well, okay, that's fine as well. So then then the options become more clearer, you see. Like I don't want to go to places which give me unnecessary work, which is more like a delay in getting to what is in my heart. Um, and or it just depends what is your calling from your heart. I sort of see it like get clarity on my calling for this lifetime. I mean, what is it in my heart? And I'm not saying there's a right and a wrong answer. Like for me, it's like I have the calling for enlightenment. I really want to be free, and so then it's like it's like certain things. I think Hawkins' work is really, really good on levels of consciousness. And while I think some things the universe doesn't allow you to make a choice on, it's like you have to go through them and forgive them. Some things you do have the option to say no to them, and they don't need to get in the way of they're like booby traps. They're like you're going to spend a few more years doing some stuff and get some stuff which you didn't have to do. So there are some stuff like that. And that's contextual. But for me, then, if that's my calling, I can sort of intuit, like, okay, like let's say I could talk about romantic relations. I'm not in a romantic relationship. I could say like, oh, look, there's that nice woman, but I can sense it. There's going to be a lot of heavy stuff to do in that relationship, and she's got totally different outcomes than what I want for my life. So, probably not what's in alignment with my heart. Because it would just be a lot of extra work, and I might, I may not get to the place I want to or do the work I want to. Or it could be like there's a relationship with a woman. She's like just meditating and self-inquiring the whole day and seems really, really devoted, and she doesn't need much time and is happy just to be meditating. That might be good for me, because, okay, I'll just take it, whether I'm there or not, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to be, I don't sense there's intensive bombs and stuff there that I'll have to work on because the person's already their vibration is more or less pure. They're very forgiving, they're loving, they're probably not going to get into arguments, they're probably not demanding. So they leave me alone if I just want to bliss out on in the mountainside. So that's probably something that might be compatible with me, or I could not choose that and just you know, and I have done that to some extent. So I think it's just, just sort of praying, meditating, resolving stuff. I can share from my own experience. Once after, I've had such profound spiritual experiences, it becomes obvious that I want to get there as quickly as possible. And I see it as a great gift that I've been given this I don't know, inspiration to be free this lifetime. I guess I could call it that. So it's like, okay, I have the inspiration. I know it's important to treasure that and honor that for myself and not sort of waste time. So I sense things because I have a familiarity with Hawkins' work, but the level of consciousness of different people, different groups, different music. Um, so it's like, no, I want to get to enlightenment as quickly as possible. So I get a sense of it. You do. If you read Hawkins' work, you'll get a sense of what is the calibration of this music. After speaking to a person for half an hour, I'll get a sense of what vibration or what calibration. And then it's kind of obvious to me. Like if I was to have a relationship with this person, I mean, this person's probably at this vibration and has got a lot of stuff. So if I choose to make the choice to have a relationship with them, it's going to be really hard work. Whereas this person is not going to be hard work. I like to go to spiritual groups. I love this group where the vibration, the commitment is very, very high. We also have a satsang group, which is extraordinarily high. So that resonates because I want to be free. But I wouldn't really want to go to like a rap gangster rap music concert every day because I could sense that that vibration wouldn't be conducive to what's in my heart. So so it resolves itself quite easily. Or even if I go to an event, meet a person, go to a group, I soon get an intuition of what the vibration is and whether it will serve my intention for freedom or whether it's really more of a block. Is it a block I have to go through? Is it a block I can say no to? Because it's going to waste time or just way delay me. So those are the types of things. As I said, it's very much it is kind of an intuitive and a contextual decision dependent on what is deeply in one's heart. But I've sort of shed it from the way I sort of contextualize it and see it from myself. So I'll stop there.